Hello, I am Mary Mazur. This is Change Your Funk to Fun. And this episode today is I believed I was unlovable until I discovered this truth. Ooh, that's what we're going to be talking about today. So we welcome aboard here. Oh, may you allow yourself some space to open up, to settle down, to connect in within yourself. We're going to invite you to be connecting in within your heart today, in with what to get real, to start realizing, how has your life been, what's happening now with your life, and that way you can catapult you into a higher level of consciousness, a new way of being, and let you feel better, let you experience in more expansive ways. So that's what this time here on this podcast is all about, especially changing your funk to fun, because there's been a lot of funk. Can you admit that? I know I can admit that. Been a lot of funk. And I don't know how you're doing, but I'll share how I'm doing, and then I'm sure you probably have a similar thing too. Is lots of energies moving, and things coming up. Maybe things you probably don't even like feeling or don't even like dealing with, but they're showing up. Your thoughts, your emotions, things that have you feel cruddy, have you feel sad or stuck or just yucky stuff. And if I can offer, I'm not an astrologist, but I do love astrology. I do have an astrologist, Sandy Reeves from Chicago, that I meet with her every 3 months. Highly recommend that. But that this tomorrow we'll have a full moon in Virgo, and it's going to be a lunar eclipse. So this is the first lunar eclipse for this year. And with this, from what I understand, is that we are meant to let things go. This is the completion cycle because it's in the South Node, which is like our past or our the previous things that we had. So also bring this in with this talk is let yourself, what are you ready to let go of? That's super huge because you actually can let go of those things. And the gift will be here is you can actually learn from anything. You can actually grow through anything. You can even find the treasures and gifts from anything. If you allow yourself to be curious, if you can allow yourself to connect to your heart and connect to the true essence of who you are, that's actually the difference maker. And that's the gift that we're going to be offering for you here today. And then if you continue on, you can definitely learn beautiful tools to help you with exactly this. And then you'll be able to live in new ways and feel better. And what a gift. So we'll thank the lunar eclipse and the full moon with all these beautiful energies. But yeah, if there's a lot happening, oh boy, holy. Yeah, amazing. And if you can have someone that loves you or that cares about you, and they're a good friend or a partner or a relative, offer some time, open up some time for yourself where you can share how you're feeling. We're actually meant to be, I guess, with the way Mercury's positioned, we're meant to, because it's in retrograde now, that we are meant to be listening and speaking out, how we're feeling. So then you can start speaking out how you want things to be in your new way. That's going to be the big caveat. Because instead of staying stuck, it's really vital for you to be able to just imagine that you actually can create your reality in new ways. And activating the personal power within you is a very important piece to do. And that's the thing we'll be talking about, especially later in the show, of what you can do and how you can do that. Because you are a powerful being. You certainly are. Yeah. So let's talk about unlovableness. Whew, and you might not even admit it. I know I probably didn't even admit it for a very long time, that I didn't even realize that there were programs at the subconscious level of the mind within me that I felt like I was unlovable. Interesting, huh? So you can even ask yourself some key questions, because if you can admit that there might be some pieces here for you, the gift is you can actually utilize that energy, even though it's a contracted energy of being unlovable. It feels yucky because then we don't feel like we're wanted or included or being a part of this life, this world, and it is the best energy there is. That's how I feel with love. I think for sure, true pure love is amazing, right? So if there's a part of you, and we can just let yourself know there may be a part of you, or maybe something that happened in your childhood or younger years or throughout your life, where you felt like that you were not lovable, that maybe someone rejected you, you had an experience of rejection or abandonment, betrayal, things like that, or even humiliation or even injustice. These are childhood wounds. But typically those things will happen. And then what happens is, as a child, is we create our own filters within us that helps us respond to challenges as they come up each time. So if you had an issue, and we're going to help you with tapping into this shortly here, but just giving you a caveat for this, that if you had issues with that, where you, might have come to a conclusion within your mind, and then that got written in your subconscious mind, then it might be showing up in your life, that there might be aspects of you that may feel like you're unlovable. So what might be showing in your life that would show that you don't feel like you're unlovable? Maybe you have a partner, like I did. I was married for 31 years, who was not able to be emotionally available for me. And then I wasn't even able to share what my needs were. So I had my own issues, and then he had his. And so I didn't feel that I was loved and cherished and wanted, and in that deep, beautiful heart connection. Uh, Most likely because I was running a program that I felt like I was unlovable. So it's like I couldn't even have even, able to experience that. And then it didn't happen for a very long marriage. So what I did is I went, and I'm going to offer this for you, is we're going to have you close your eyes shortly, but I'll share my story and then we'll have you do it. Okay. So I do connect within. I've cultivated a way to connect in with my heart and with my spirit. And you can too. We all can. We are all meant to. And you can grow in this. And if you have any blocks, we'll be talking near the end of the talk. You can use a tool called Psyche that helps you remove those blocks. It's vital and amazing to be able to, important to remove those blocks so that you can access your heart. You can access your true knowingness, in essence, and get the answers that you're looking for, because the answers are actually within you. So I went in, closed my eyes, and then did a little bit of journeying, went back into my childhood, and where were aspects in my childhood where I may have created those beliefs or received those beliefs that I thought I was unlovable. And a huge one for me is because I was sexually molested as an 8-year-old girl. One of my dad's friends came over to visit, and ended up having that experience. So that was a humongous one for me that affected me greatly throughout my life. And I'm grateful for, because with Psyche, I've been able to heal myself through it. Thank goodness, right? And even realize all the gifts that experience actually brought me, because I do stand in my power now and connect with that. And I know my worthiness, and I know I'm lovable. Because the truth about, if you believe you're unlovable, is you actually are love at the highest level. At the I am presence, you are pure love and light that came here to be a human here. So you actually are love, who actually chose to experience that you were unlovable. We experience these opposites called the polarity, the universal law of polarity. And most of us have had some form of that, where we felt judged, or, if I can just change this way and be this way, then I'll be loved. So then we're always seeking, we're always looking, we're always thinking we're not good enough, or something's wrong with us. So those are the pieces that you get to rectify within yourself, and then re-embody really, literally change the programs at the subconscious level to say, I am worthy, to live my best life. I know I am love. That's a huge one. I know I am lovable. Right. And then I do my best, and that I can offer from my heart at what I can. And then if there are things you did that were pretty crappy, you can forgive yourself, and that's the gift, and let it go and learn from it and stop doing it and begin to go in new ways. And then you'll be able to learn to have more compassion with yourself and others. So it really, in the highest level, regardless of what you've ever done, you can always be in a new way. You can always start over again. And the key is to connect it to your heart, connect to the spirit part of you, your knowingness, and what a gift that is. Yes. So with traumas and the tragedies that I had as a child, and each one, there's many more, but you can go through each one too. And it's actually good to do. It's actually great to kind of discover what those are. And then the key is to admit it. So the number one is admit it, because when you can admit it, you can do something about it. And what a gift that is. And then you have to actually be ready. You have to actually want to do something about it. Would you like to let that go? Do you want to feel lovable? Would you love to experience love at the highest level? It's important for you to ask yourself these questions, because that's going to come from your heart now, instead of getting stuck up in your mind. So get yourself back into your heart, which is beautiful. Yes. And say, oh, yes, I would love to be, to know that I am lovable. And so that way if I'm lovable, then I can share my love with others, and it gets to be received really well and welcomed, right? Where you can then magnetize things into your life of what you're passionate about, what you're excited about. You can grow the gifts and the skills that you have and share that with the world. This is so beautiful at the toppest level. And one of the foundations to make sure you have is to have a program running at the subconscious level that I am lovable. right? Instead of being unlovable. Because that will then open up doorways for you about, yes, making sure that you know that I'm wanted, I'm included, I matter, I get to be my own unique self. These are humongous for us to do. Yes. And a lot of us have been hurt, or we've been hurt by others. People have said really harsh things to us. And then that really affects us a lot. Or maybe the relationships aren't as loving and stable as we would love to have with our, with family, with friends, with our partners, even for some people with their children, there may be some walls up, some, gaps, some separation. So the gift here is that we can, you have the answers within you. And it is vital that you actually make sure that your subconscious mind has what's really true. And what's really true is you are loved and that you are lovable. And how beautiful when you can fully embody that. So then you may need to ask yourself some questions. Okay, so what would be blocking it? What would be preventing me or preventing you from uh, knowing and feeling into it that you are lovable? So that's where the really good work comes in, because you can do some free writing if the free writing helps you. At the end of the talk, we'll talk about, you can have a private session with me. I'm offering a taste of Psyche, so you can get at least a start with it, and then you can decide if you want to come learn this for yourself, or have private sessions to totally rectify this. And then what a gift, because what the gift is going to offer you, it's going to allow you to open your heart up again to your next expansion. A lot of us have had our hearts either closed or just blocked, guarded, because we've been hurt and we've been wounded and we've had, yucky experiences happen. And then, especially as a little child from 0 to 7 years old, we make these conclusions. Oh, I must be unlovable, something like that. And you may not even realize you did it. Most of us don't know. It's subconscious. So it's below your level of consciousness. But the life and world's going to show it to you. So if you have any crappy relationships going on, or even stress with finances is an expression of love too. Or even just you're not maybe doing what you love passionately with your purpose. Maybe you're working a job that you don't like or can't stand. All of those are signs or red flags that there might be a part of you that isn't fully stepping into the full love of who you are, remembering that and knowing who you are, that you are this beautiful, divine, pure love, and that you actually get to experience that. You get to bring that in. And what a gift, as we call this, the awakening or the ascension. You can call it many things. We are shifting from the 3D to 5D consciousness, which means we get to get back into our unity consciousness and get back to your wholeness. And then it's going to be vital for you to bring those other parts of you back together again, which will mean you will need to move through the gateways of forgiveness, letting go, surrendering, allowing, beginning again, and many blocks that people can have even to this, even with wanting to, maybe you actually admit, okay, I might be unlovable, and you do want to be lovable, but there's still blocks there. This is where Psyche gets to help assist you greatly with, because you get to identify what other blocks are blocking you from fully loving yourself. And for many people, their worthiness, we have to really rectify our worthiness again, making sure that we are worthy, right, to live your highest, best life, and that you get to. But there's been things that have happened in your life that might have knocked that down. I know I've worked with my worthiness parts within me many times. And if it keeps showing up, great, thank you, because we're going to have it be even more expansive, right? And then the heart center is where your forgiveness is for all the things that might have happened to you that you felt was unjust or wrong, and letting go of any kind of blame, if you're at any point where you feel like you're blaming yourself or blaming your others, you feel like this is it feels so crappy, it's wrong, it doesn't feel right. It just, you might feel stuck there. Many people can get stuck there, and you can actually transform it when you're ready. You have to do it when you're ready. That's for sure. Some people are choosing just to stay there. So if you do that, ask yourself a question. Well, how long do I want to stay there? Because that's an excellent question, because you might probably going to get an answer like, I think I'm done with this. Perfect. I did think I was unlovable. And then when I found out the truth that I actually am love. Yes. And you are too. And we all are. What? Yes. And what a gift that is. So what we're going to be walking you through is to getting to that point where you can become a witness to yourself. We can actually observe how you're feeling, what your thoughts are, what's happening, without getting lost in them. Many times we get lost in them. We get so much in the trenches of our emotions and of our thoughts that many of us don't know how to get out of them. And then we just really get hopeless, or we just feel like, there's nothing we can do. And it just feels really horrible. It feels really horrible. And if you have gone through those waves, those times, they are actually here for you. And they're here for me too, because I have been through them too. If you have, what we're going to be offering for you is a few things to do. One, okay, so just admit, all right, yeah, I'm really in a funk. This is a funk. You can even call it a funk if you can let yourself. But I'm feeling really terrible. I feel stuck. Get into how you're feeling. That's number two. So admit that something's coming up for you that you don't like. Second one is let yourself feel it and land into what it is that you are feeling. Is it guilt? Is it shame? Is it fear, worry? It could be needy desires, anger, pride. Those are all dense, contracted energies, and it's just energy and emotion. And they feel so real. They feel horrible. And sadness, right? Grief, loss, sadness. And it could be a mix of them. And if you can, you can even write them down if that's helpful for you. And it's great if you can have a close friend that can, support you and guide you, when you do actually access this stuff, because you're going to be able to access your love. And that's the whole point. Anytime you feel any of those dense emotions, they're like overlays. You can see them almost like a storm or like clouds that come over and just cover everything up. And then what do you do? How do you clear those clouds? Remove the storm, have yourself land back into your peace and centeredness. Once you admit it and you feel it, it's key if you can start asking key questions. And the third one is actually connecting to the heart. So admit it, feel it, connect to your heart. And I like to close my eyes when I connect into my heart. So I'll connect into my heart. So you get really real. So instead of getting stuck up here in the mind, because the mind, you're going to start looping. That's where those emotions and thoughts, and you'll start getting into off the path. Get back into your sacred way, sacred path within you in your heart. And then connecting in. Yeah. And then you can start asking questions, because you can ask questions. You're conscious, you're awake. You can ask questions. And if you ask how and what questions, it will then connect you into your curiosity. And it is important that you have to have the courage and the willingness to be able to start letting yourself identify new things that you couldn't identify before. A lot of times the overlays get so tight that we don't even know. We don't think there's a solution. We don't think we can get out of it. It just feels really yucky, but then it just overlays where basically you don't have a clear mind. You don't have a clear heart or open heart or mind to be able to help assist you. So the heart's going to help you get back into your heart, and you can even touch your heart, put your hands on your heart if that's helpful for you. Breathe. And even whatever you are feeling when you are connected to your heart, let yourself move that emotion, cry, scream, move your body around, do whatever you need to do to help yourself with this. You are moving energy. Okay. And I know I do love Qigong and Tai Chi, but especially Qigong. So that's something if you want to look into helping you with moving energy too. It works really well, very well. Okay. So if you are going through a really dark place where you feel unlovable, or just feel a lot of crappy things are happening to you right now, admit it, feel it, connect to your heart, close your eyes, connect to your heart, and then ask those how and what questions. So you can ask like what. And if you are able to get really courageous, you can say, what is this here for me for? Even though it's very painful, if you can allow yourself to just imagine that this could actually be here for you for something. And it may just be showing up so that you can release it. That's what's happening a lot right now. A lot of stuff is coming up for people. With my clients, especially people coming to my workshops, and even for my own self. Stuff is coming up, and it even surprises me. I'm like, what is this showing up for, right? A lot of us try to tuck it down, tuck it away, not deal with us stuff, deny, avoid. I mean, I learned those survival coping skills. I learned from my mom. She did a really good job of it. And the opposite then is to admit it, to actually lean into it instead of resisting and pulling away. Because if you're in resistance, it's only going to keep you stuck and just keep you in that yucky state. So the gift to get yourself out of it is to admit it, to feel it, to connect to your heart, and start asking questions, which allows you to flip into curiosity. How and what positive questions. So not the why is this happening to me? Those are victim energy questions. Say, what is this here for me for? What is showing up for me? What do I need to believe? What do I need to know? What do I need to remember? What do I need to connect in that can help me, move through this and rectify myself? And a big one will be, how can I help? How can I connect back to my love? And that's the next big one. That's another beautiful how question. How can I connect back to my love? Your I am presence that you are, the true essence of who you are, because that part of you can help you the greatest. It's your spirit part of you. You are a spiritual being having this human experience, and most of us don't even believe that at the subconscious level. That's a beautiful one to believe at the subconscious level. We can help you with that with Psyche. I know I did it for myself, and it made a massive difference. I also brought in a lot more of that love and a lot more of my connection with my love, the love of who I am, and the love of divinity. And you can too. It's literally like you kind of wish. I wish more people would teach about this and offer this for people, right? All right. So you're admitting what's going on with you. You're letting yourself feel it. You're connecting to your heart. You're asking these how and what questions, which is huge. Now let yourself strongly encourage you to flip to the opposites of things. So ask that question, what do I want instead of this? What do I need to believe? What do I need to feel? What do I need? And that's a big one. What do I need? I know that was a huge one for me. I was taught to be so self-reliant that I wasn't supposed to have needs. Like, what the heck? We're human. We all have needs. We need to breathe. We need to eat. We need to drink water. We need to sleep. And, sex is great too. And love is awesome. We have like survival stuff that we all have here, right? And then we get up Maslow's hierarchy curve, of getting higher and higher to our self-realization, your oneness with divinity, and the love of it all, right? Well, if we're in survival land, then it usually doesn't feel very good. There's usually a lot of suffering. It's usually quite difficult for most people. And most of us have experienced that. And guess what? We're rectifying it. You get to rectify it. You get to connect to your personal power within you. You have a power center within you, remembering you're a divine being, and find your way to connect back to your love of who you are, the divinity of who you are, and resonating back to that peace and that centeredness. Psyche is excellent for being able to do that. And then I'm also creating some new stuff called Find Your Sacred Way. So that little addition of things, we'll let you know when that comes through too, because you get to activate precious sacred centers within your body and move the energy and release it out of your body in a beautiful, creative way, activating the true remembrance of who you are, and activating, turning on your 12 crystalline DNA, all this beautiful stuff that we're going to be doing with our bodies and connecting with our light bodies and our higher self, so we can become superhumans here. Because you can become a superhuman. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, if you so choose. The ones that are waking up are realizing this and assisting and helping people, which is really great. Yes. All right. So how are you going to be able to help yourself? What's the first one? Admit it. Second one, feel it. Third, connect to your heart. Okay. Fourth, ask those how and what questions. All right. Fifth one, let yourself use what you're feeling to flip it to the opposite of how you want to feel or how you want things to be. You get to play with opposites. It's the law of polarity. How would you rather experience things? What would you rather have? How would you rather be? It's the opposite of that. And that's huge, because now you're going to be able to focus on what you do want instead of what you don't want. Because if you keep focusing on what you don't want, you're not liking how you're feeling, you're only going to stay there. All you can do, you can use your mind to help you with that, and then connect it to your heart to say, ooh, what would I want instead? Or how would I love to have things be in a new way? And let your heart answer it. Just what is it you need? And like I talked about before, since I didn't think I was supposed to have needs, and you might have been raised that way too, we are meant to have needs. And I'm learning how to express what my needs are and share what are my needs, and learning how to say no if it doesn't meet like what's important for me and my values and my integrity and my what's my big rocks in my life, right? Then I learn how to say no, and I keep that off the plate, and I let things narrow down and get more focused. So that's a huge one too, is get right to it. Get right to it. What is it that you really want or really need more than anything? And a big one might be to know that I am lovable, to know that I matter, that I'm important. Like, you may ask yourself this would be huge for you. And then how could your life change once you do believe that? Because that's the gift of Psyche. The sixth one is then go use some tools like Psyche that you can work with a facilitator like myself, or you can come to the workshop. We'll talk at the end of the talk about this, so you can actually learn to use this for yourself on your own. Yes, you can. Because what you get to do is you literally get to upgrade your subconscious mind. So your subconscious gets to delete those old programs that I'm unlovable and insert in that I am lovable. Whoa. Boom. And then once you have it, it stays long term, where your life then gets to be able to change. You get to respond in new ways. Maybe you're able to receive a lot more. Maybe you've had a hard time receiving. I know I certainly did. I was programmed to be more like a masculine energies here. So letting my feminine come right up there, since I am a woman, especially. But even the man and the women are meant to have more equalized of their masculine, feminine, so they can work together, cross talk, communicate, and right, be a great resonance. Kind of like this, like the hands, right? Instead of the hands not working together or even fighting each other, how about we work together? How about we get connected? Wouldn't that be wonderful? Yes, we do that with Psyche, with your brain, your mind. Left and hemispheres get right connected together. Isn't that neat? Yes. And then the seventh one is go be in your new way, which means bring this inspired action into your life. Once you have embodied at the subconscious level of the mind that I am lovable and let go that I'm unlovable, then you'd be like, ooh, how can I show myself that this is true? That's a great question to ask yourself, right? How can I show myself this is true, right? Ooh, well, maybe I'll give myself some more time. Maybe you've been being distracted, having a bunch of chaos, even corrupted stuff that you don't like, or just things that were limiting you. You get to blast those shadow sides and start connecting in with you into more of your true gifts that you have and that you are. You can be more enriched in your life. Narrow things down instead of being so distracted with too many things. Learn to say no, narrow it down. Now that you're lovable, how can you show that you are this love and that you can have life show you that you're lovable? Isn't that neat? Yeah, so maybe you'll go take a nice walk. I went down this morning, took a beautiful walk down by this creek where I'm staying, and it was so gorgeous. I opened up my time to let time for me, played my flute, do things that bring you joy, do things that light you up and get you excited. Yes, this is vital for you. Yes, because you have the program now at the subconscious level, you are going to be able to do that. That's the biggest gift here. And it's amazing. It was really amazing. And we don't know until we actually make those changes. And then boom, all of a sudden, yeah, maybe people start being kinder to you more than they ever have before. I mean, you can start being kinder to yourself, showing that you are lovable and that you can and put yourself at a high priority. That's super huge. Making sure you are taking great care of yourself, listening to your body. What are your needs? And helping yourself greatly through these amazing, challenging times, because these are vast times that we are all rolling through. And we welcome you to have a great tool like Psyche that can help you greatly, and that you get a switch if you have any beliefs about being unlovable, to have you activate within yourself that, yes, I am lovable. And then let every cell of your body enjoy it. You get to enjoy it, and then let your life start transforming in beautiful new ways than you could have ever imagined. Yes. And this truth is that I'm actually love, pure love, and so are you. You really are. You are divine, pure love and light spirit that came here to be a human in your own unique ways. And then each one of us agreed to be imprinted with beliefs, especially the first 7 years of our lives, that weren't even ours. It was our parents or our siblings or people that raised us. Could be even from school, things like that, and even church-related government stuff that we all received. And then we created our own interpretations within our own minds in regards to that at a very young age. And then a lot of that's running the show in our lives right now. So the gift is we can change these things. And then that's the gift with Psyche, is that it is a tool that can help you with making these changes. I know I certainly did it for myself, of that unlovable to lovable program that I had been running within my life with the traumas that I had growing up. And you can do this too. So, and I do love assisting people that actually are on similar tracks, because I would guess just about every one of us probably have some in that lovability part, where some of us, oh, maybe I have to do more, I have to show more, I have to prove myself. You may get distracted and get overworking, over talking, even overstepping, interrupting people, not being able to actually get focused and clarity and live at your highest level and live in the peace and the love and the flow of who you are. We're meant to live like this, and you get to do this. You actually can do this. So yes. So some of the clients I've worked with, one we'll call her Ruby, that she has a lot of physical issues, and that's massive, because it's really hard when your body starts showing up with stuff, with diseases. So for her, it's cancer. 3 times she's been through it. She's finishing up now, thank goodness, with releasing all of that. And cancer actually helped her identify those parts that she was so angry or repressed with, or those resistance with, or parts she didn't want to even live anymore and wanted to check out and get out of here. So cancer can do a huge thing to help wake people up if you do want to live and you can rectify things. She's been doing absolutely amazing with that, but it's been tough. It's been hard. And when you get stuck like that, then lots of times we feel unlovable, because we feel like it's almost, many of us will make up stories like God is punishing me, or I'm being punished, or what's wrong with me, or why can't I be healthy? So instead of asking any of those blame, shame questions, switch it into how and what questions, connecting to your heart, right? And Ruby has done this beautifully. We've done Psyche sessions. She's even come to learn Psyche. And I know she's one of the spirit heroes that are here, really doing a massive, amazing stuff. And she is going through another bout of just tough things with her bowels, because her bowels cleaning things out. It's transforming things, but it's still, it's painful and yucky. So our heart goes out to anyone who's in a lot of pain and suffering and, going through really hard hardships or in pain. And trust and know that you can get the assistance and you can get the help. So we have another girlfriend of ours that she came to my workshop, and I've done sessions with her, Psyche sessions with her. And we'll call her Glenda. So for Glenda, she definitely was programmed, and she's so beautiful and so dynamic and has so many great gifts to share with this world. And she was raised in a really rough childhood, right? Her parents were pretty narcissistic. They just didn't even know how to even show her love. So she felt like she was unlovable because of that. It impacted her life greatly. It has been. And with the gift of Psyche, she's been able to transform this and really stand in her power so mightily. She inspires me greatly, and may she inspire a lot of people. So she wrote a message to Ruby that I'd like to share with you, because what a difference from her unlovableness to now her lovableness. She knows she's lovable. She knows she's loved. All right. So she says, and because our friend Ruby is going through such a struggling time with her health, she's just letting her know, hey, you are 1,000% not alone, because all the hardships she's going through, each one of us has gone our own hardships. So this is what Glenda is sharing. So she said, honey, we are in it, the depths. I found the human experience of our soul's journey as a mash of the same themes, topics, programs, patterns under the guise of various different tangible circumstances. I think this is for our benefit in bringing us together, yet the matrix has used this to push us apart. So it's great for us to connect. A few weeks ago, I felt like I was physically dying, suffocating, at the same time being squeezed, pressured, drowning, held underwater. I mean, I'm going through a massive loss again. What's different now is my perception, witnessing non-attachment peace. And that's the gift Psyche has brought her, that she can actually have a new perspective of this, of being able to witness it and to be even in her peace, even while she's letting parts of her die, her old ways of dying. She says, maybe this is helpful. Just look at your ego straight in the face and say, fuck it. If I die today, fuck it. Because she thinks she might die. I had a great run. I did the most amazing things. I fought for what I believed in. I stood up for others with my voice when they had no voice of their own. I've loved deeply. I've risked big. I learned. I laughed. I've had 5-star experiences. I basked in luxury. I survived more than I ever dreamed possible. I have given this life my best. I've been beside the love of my life for years. I've gotten to know deep, profound, divine union love. This alone is rare, and she has. This body is a shell. My soul and my love will live on in the ethers. So fuck you, death. I lived. Maybe I have more time here. Maybe I don't. And if today is my last, I get the opportunity to leave this planet knowing I gave my all. Surrender to God with infinite intelligence and say, all right, what are we going to do today? How much magic are you going to show me from this place? I know you got all sorts of magic. How much magic can I soak up while my eyes are open? Show me. You got my attention. You show me. I want to know. I'm floating in this void now. What? You have me fully relying on you. Now what? Is this what it took to call me to you? Well, here I am. Show me, tell me, teach me. And then, and all the gratitude to flood into your being. So if you're going through tough times, find ways, connect with those that can help you. That's a huge one. And that you're not alone here. You're never alone. Reach out to a dear friend. Reach out to somebody that you can trust. and lean on them. We're here for each other. We are meant to be supporting each other, loving each other, and guiding each other greatly. And then that's that big receiving part. Can you receive? Can you share? Can you just cry? Can you just let it all out? Because when you can, that's how you can let go. You can speak it out and then say, I'm done with that. You are going now. I choose to want to connect into the love of who I am, the lovability that I am. Yeah, and begin again. Die to those old ways and begin to the new ways. And we get to do this. You get to do this. This is so vital. And we love to have each one of us know that we're lovable and that we can live in our highest flow of the harmony and the peace and the bliss and the ecstasy. And we're going to have to be addressing those denser, contracted aspects within us and just alchematize and transform that energy. That's what you get to do. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It gets to be transformed and used, and then use it in new, expansive ways. And you have the answer within you. You can do this. You can really do this. Ooh. Some other clients that I've had recently, Lori, she is working with relationships. So that's a big one for her. She has a new boyfriend and working with that, but then all kinds of stuff's coming up for her. It's kind of happening with me too, because I've been in a relationship for about 3 months. So much stuff. Like I've had insecurities come up and just all kinds of interesting experiences and energies. And then what a gift when we can connect back to our heart, connect to our love, and discover what it is that's important for us to believe. And that's what they did. She created, we call them balance change processes. She created her new way of being, and she got right to what she needed. So a lot of it for her is to help her feminine start leading the show here, because she is a woman. Let herself receive, let herself just be open, share what her needs are, and then trust and know that the love of her life can provide those needs for her. And then she also gets to share her heart to her. So she's learning how to be lovable with her own self. It's important you do it with your own self first, and if you can find every aspect of you that you can actually love all parts of you, that's massive. It's massive. That's the game changer of that wholeness. And if there's parts of you that you may still not like, or you hate, or, I don't like that part of me, that will be a good one to check into because it's showing up. It's showing up. Yes. Can you even, how about I love my imperfections, love those parts of me that, dang, why do I act like that sometimes, right? That's the part of it that actually needs that lovableness. It needs to know that she or he is lovable too. Allowing yourself. You can find ways. It doesn't have to be Psyche. You can find, there's different ways that you can help yourself. Like Psyche is just a fast, effective way. That's why I like it. But discover what it is that could help you begin to love yourself, so that, like with Lori, she's going to be able to have a more loving relationship with her partner, feel more comfortable, feel safe. These are huge pieces. You have to feel safe with another if you're going to be in relationship with them. You have to be willing to be real, willing to show all of you. And then when you can know that you are lovable, just being who you are, even when you're, let's say, sad or grieving or angry, or just dealing with frustrations, dealing with life. We all are working here in life. This is the life on earth. And we are going to have challenges. We are going to have surprises even. And the gift is you can have a choice to respond from your love instead of from peace, or instead of from fear. Peace is a great one. Peace is right in the center. So peace, yes. And then you get to have love or fear. So connect into your peace, your centeredness, and expand yourself into your love. That's what we're all being called to do. We invite you to it by having those programs within you to know you're lovable. That's exactly one of the foundational ones. Like, I am safe, I am wanted, and I am lovable. Those are like super huge ones to be able to rectify within you. And then there's also the client I took care of, Tammy, that was stressed about her finances. She's a businesswoman, and she's, her own income, her own money is just for her. She doesn't have a partner that provides. So, but with her business, it's been really slow, and that gets really scary. If that comes up for you, a lot of that's because of the lack scarcity programs we got from our parents and their parents, and that it will pop up, because it is scary if you don't have the money to pay your bills, or you don't have, the money to live your life. And what we were able to help her with is connect back into knowing she's lovable, knowing that she deserves it, that she is worthy to receive. And so she was able to change her perception into a new perspective within herself, that that this can be a slowdown for her because she's not as busy, so that she can connect into her heart. What does she want? How she want things to be? And she can change in new ways, and then build her confidence back up that her business is going to thrive. She's going to do very well. So she literally wrote programs that, things turn out good, that I connect to my spirit. And that was the gift. She wanted to connect with her spirit, which was everything, and listen to her intuition and let her spirit, her intuition, her heart guide her. That was how you can bring into the creativity. And so that she can allow her business to expand again and have more money than she could ever imagine. You can do this too. Knowing you're lovable is a huge one, because that's the truth of what it is. You are not unlovable at all. Which just a lot of us agree to believe that. So you get to do it too. Isn't that wonderful? Yes, 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 yes. And the only reason we believe we're unlovable is we agree to embody beliefs about that at the subconscious level of the mind. And the gift is you can change those beliefs. That's the biggest gift of all. So if there's aspects in your life that are happening to you that's showing you that you think you might be unlovable, or you're being too hard on yourself, getting stuck into just not letting yourself fully live from your heart, live your highest dreams, then you can do something about it. And what a gift that is. You actually can make a change. You get free will choice, and that's everything. You get to become curious. And a gateway you can do is admit how you're feeling, feel it, let yourself feel it, connect to your heart. Okay. And once you connect to your heart, start asking those questions of how and what in a positive way, so that you can allow yourself to become more expanded again, and use whatever feelings you have to flip to the opposite and create those new opposite ways that you would love to be. And then we highly recommend to let yourself make these changes at the subconscious level of the mind. And Psyche is one of the fastest, most effective tools to be able to do that. Dr. Bruce Lipton loves it. You can check out Dr. Bruce Lipton. He's a cell biologist. It transformed his life, and he's forever grateful. So I know he promotes it amazingly. And you can work with yourself for any childhood wounds you've had, or any wounds throughout your life. Maybe it was through relationships or through finances. You can transform anything. And the one key is to make sure that your subconscious has that I am lovable, because you are lovable completely. Look at you as a brand new baby. You were born so preciously and innocently. And you can return back to that innocence again, that playfulness again, that pure love that you are. It's important to let go and release those old programs and those old ways of being, those old emotions, so you can activate yourself in a higher way. So I recommend, if you want to get a taste of Psyche, check my link below, because you can go to my website, igniteandhealyourlife.com, and click services. And in there, it has where my private sessions are. You can just begin with 30 minutes of Zoom connection. You and I will meet together, and then you'll be able to transform probably 2, 3, or 4 different things within you, especially the one that I am lovable. Do that one. That's a great one. And then you can begin to notice how your life begins to change, how you start feeling better. And you'll be like, whoa, I can actually do this for myself. And then you've activated your personal power within you, and your life can change even more in beautiful ways you could ever imagine. Yes, and if you're open to coming to learn Psyche, I'll be in Valdez, North Carolina next weekend. So that's March 21st to the 23rd. And then you just check my website, igniteandhealyourlife.com, for these workshops. Okay. And then in April, the first weekend of April 4th to the 6th, I'll be in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And the second weekend of April, that's April, that is April 11th to the 13th, I'll be in Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky. And then I'll be heading back up to Michigan. So I'll be in Michigan. There's 2 workshops in Michigan. The first weekend, the 1st to the 3rd at Grand Rapids, Michigan. And then the 16th to the 18th of May in Ann Arbor, Michigan. So I know for myself, when I was ready to learn this, it was a half hour from my house within 3 months of when I learned about it. How cool is that? So this might happen for you too. And it is worth the travel too if you want. But the gift is you get to actually learn how to use this for yourself, make the changes within minutes, and then poof, wow, you might have had a whole lifetime like I did where I didn't feel I was lovable. Now I know I'm lovable, and my life has transformed mightily, and yours can too. I have a beautiful love in my life, and I love the work that I do, and I love being. I love the experience of living, and you can too. Let yourself dream again. Let yourself connect into your heart, and then help access those parts that need your loving the most. Those really hurt, tender parts, wounded parts. And if they show up, they're actually here for you to give you your attention to be able to help. I look forward to hearing from you when you connect in and taste Psyche, and you have a great day.